Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the last of the gifts from the kitchen. Today we're going to be making some granola. And granola is a nice little gift to give. It's a great topping for your yogurts, or even with ice cream it's nice. And basically there's as many granola recipes out there as there are ingredients people have in their cabinets. But almost all of them, or the ones I have seen, start with oatmeal. Not quick oats, not the instant oats, but the regular oatmeal. And it's really a combination of oatmeal, nuts, and dried fruits. And you can use any combination thereof. And then with some kind of a binder or sweetener. I'm going to be using honey and oil. Some people use maple syrup. There's even some that have peanut butter. So there's all kinds of recipes, but basically, and then you cook it slowly, stirring it every so often until it dries out. You're basically toasting all of the ingredients. So I'm going to just get you down to the table and we'll see what we're going to put in our granola today. Be right back. Okay. This is the bowl I'm going to mix the granola in, and I didn't get the mixing utensil out. Thought I had everything ready, of course I never have everything ready. There we go. And like I said, it's going to start with oatmeal. And I have these oats here, and I'm going to put, see, they're the old-fashioned oats, they're not instant. I'm going to, this recipe happens to call for 4 cups. Okay. And then it calls for some sliced almonds. Well, I got these unsalted toasted almonds. They're like a salad topper. And so I'm just going to use these. It calls for 2 cups, and I don't really have 2 cups, I don't believe. We'll see what I have here. It's basically 1 cup. But I do have some chopped up pecans that I'll add. And then it's going to call for cranberries and raisins and walnuts. I have another salad topper here, which is the cranberries with some walnuts, and the raisins here, but they go on after it has been cooked. Now I'm going to add some sunflower seeds. And because I have it in my refrigerator, I'm going to add some coconut. And my oven has reached 300, which is what it called for. Now it calls for some brown sugar, about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And this is a 1/3 cup measure, so I will just make it a little scant. Alright, now we just kind of mix these together. Okay, now for the topping, it's calling for 1/2 cup of oil, and 1/2 cup of honey, Oh, and I didn't put some cinnamon. It does call for cinnamon, and I spilt the oil. Now, of course, it's all over my hand. It will be all over everything else I pick up. This is, this one calls for a little, how much cinnamon? Half a teaspoon. And I'll mix that in. And a little bit of salt, about a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so now I have a half a cup of oil, and I want half a cup of honey. And you notice I did the oil first, because by doing the oil first, my honey will come right out of the cup. And a little bit of vanilla, about a quarter to half a teaspoon. Now we're going to mix those up. Let me just get this cinnamon mixed in here. You want to stir it around to see if you can combine it as best as possible. Now we'll pour it over here. And begin to mix. And you want to mix and mix and mix until you know you've got everything covered. This is probably the most important part. It takes a little bit of time because you want to make sure you're getting everything covered with that mixture. So keep scooping up from the bottom. And when you think you've got it all mixed up, mix it up a little more. Okay, I think that is mixed. So what I'm going to take is one of these half sheet pans. And as I pour it, I'm still looking to see if I see anything that looks dry. Looks good to me. You don't want too thick. So spread it out as even as possible. Alright, now I'm going to put this in the oven at 300 for about a half an hour. But every 10 minutes or so, I'm going to take a fork and just scrape around on it. I have this lined with aluminum foil, by the way. I don't think I mentioned it. So I will put it in the oven and I will stir it around for a bit, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes back out. Be right back. Okay, I just took it out of the oven. Now I'm going to add my cranberries, and raisins, give this, now it's not crunchy right now. It has to cool. But as it cools, you'll see it get nice and crunchy. It looks nice and toasted. And it's a good thing there's foil on this pan because it's stuck there. The honey is so sticky. Alright, we gotta let it cool before we can package it up. Back in a bit. Well, there it is. And you can see how nice and toasty it is. I took it off of that pan so it would cool a little faster. And as it's cooling, it's getting more of a crunch. But this is delicious in the morning as cereal. So let's have a little taste. If I can get some nuts. Very good. I almost put the fork back in and took another one. It's that good. Now as it's cooling, it'll tend to stick to each other because it's got this, it's still sticky. You just go in and stir it around every so often. And that is supposed to make 7 cups. And I'm going to store it in, I don't think I've got one out here. Let me just get one, hold on. I'm going to store it in these. These are quart-size containers that I got from Amazon. And they have a very nice tight cover. So I will put it in that when it gets cool enough. So that's it. That's the last of the Gifts from the Kitchen series. And I probably am not going to see you now until Friday. Because my next video would be due on Tuesday, and that's Christmas Eve. So we're going to take a little time to enjoy Christmas. We have golf cart parades and get-togethers and things here. So we'll get together after Christmas and see what we can get into on Friday. Until then, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Keep warm, keep dry, keep safe, keep cool, keep warm, whatever your needs are. And everybody play nice now. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.